I got no milk. What'd you
It's like a contraption now. So
Wait a second.
I got blueberry and like strawberry, and then I was like, "Can you add like a shot?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Wait a second.
So I just like mixed it together, and
No
now it's
way.
like the best.
So you literally have blueberry, strawberry, espresso.
Blueberry, strawberry, espresso. Yeah.
Dude, that's...
It sounded
Director's
refreshing.
cut.
And it actually,
cut.
director's cut. Yeah, dude. And it actually turned out really, really refreshing.
Yo, shout out the Classic Cafe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Classic Cafe.
Tell me how you found this spot. First and foremost, great place. We're
Yeah.
sitting here in the forest, basically.
It's very like secluded, right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like it's like your own oasis, like kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Fullerton most of my life. So
Okay.
I was born and raised in Anaheim, and I went to Fullerton High School. Fullerton, good, right?
It's good, dude. I didn't even put anything in it, bro. It's just like a little caramel shot.
I saw the
was
face
like,
and I was like, dude, it's good. So, so I went to Fullerton High School, Fullerton College, and just graduated from Cal State Fullerton.
Congrats,
So
dude.
thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's about to be a year in 2 months, I think. So it's fairly like new, but I'm very big into going to cafes. So I like trying new things and new places, you know, as being a writer. So I like sitting down and like figuring out, you know, like what's a good environment to like think of a good idea or, you know, script or hang out with friends. And I'm addicted to this game called Sequence. So I play this game with my friends all the time. So I do that. So I'm like, I got to find a good environment to do. And I came here back in 2019, I think.
Okay.
And I stumbled across it and I'm like, dude, this is so cool. Like
it's like not like your regular cafe. It feels
no,
like you're
not
at
at all.
home.
It's
Can't
like
even find parking because it feels like I'm in a neighborhood.
Literally, it's like
didn't
a
even know.
house.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And they renovated a lot of it. So like before there was like, I think it was like a pond, like a koi pond in the middle too before. And it was a lot more trees. And now everything's kind of like a little bit more like condensed, but like obviously it's beautiful. Like it's a really great spot.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
So you said writer.
Yeah.
And introduce yourself here this is the Free World Show.
Okay, cool.
We got my boy on the show. Why don't you tell the free world what's up with you, man?
I appreciate it. My name is Logan Shust. I'm a writer, actor, director. I am one of the co-founders and co-CEOs at Full Story Studios.
Story, okay.
Yeah, we are a production company. Basically, there's no story we wouldn't tell, and we are trying to make mainstream from going from college into the film industry.
Okay.
So we really want to give people the opportunity to, you know, I feel like as myself as an actor, I'm very lucky to have opportunities come up from not directing to act to go back and forth. But I feel like within myself and within a lot of my other friends, we all just want to create. Like we all just want to keep on going. And there's times where like in the film industry, there's like nothing going on for a few months. And we want to give them that straight line to be like, hey, like, let's just keep going. Let's keep creating. So I direct a lot for this company. We did Ring, 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 dance music video with Soul Real Market with my friend Nick. Shout out Nick. He did a great choreography and he was the creative director. He was fantastic on the film. And we did a little music video for that number for the Tyler song. And then we just came out with recently Settle for Tonight, which is an artist named Elijah. Instead of a L, it's a exclamation point. Shout out Elijah too.
I feel like I've seen that.
It's like we
that name.
Yeah.
The way it's spelled.
They've been
When you said Tyler, you're talking Tyler the creator?
Tyler the creator to be able to use not official like to use their song as a dance music video. You know what I mean? Like a choreography like that too. So it's not the official music video, but it's a dance choreography tribute kind of to that like song and to the music video and whatnot.
By Tyler the creator, basically. You had permission to use it.
I believe, yeah.
Okay.
We did? Yeah.
Yes, we did, bro.
Yes, we did.
We did a great job, too.
We literally did. So it was great. That was super fun. Fantastic team. Everyone on there was brilliant. And a lot of people came over to do Settle for Tonight, which is a amazing song with Elijah, the artist. And Elijah's just so creative, you know, like the music within the storytelling, within just like the rhythm, it's incredible. So they gave us permission to be able to use this incredible song to use kind of for a, you know, back in like the 2000s when you have kind of like a story with the music video, kind of like, you know, kind of like that.
Blink 182, like
Yeah,
there's a party,
kind of.
there's cops, skateboarding.
Basically.
Like,
So we did that for Settle for Tonight, and we came out with 2 versions. One, the dance version, which goes straight into the music video with all this crazy edit. My friend Jason Wong, he's an incredible editor, so he was able to do so much with that too, with, you know, Cas Apollo, Kai Vieira, like it's just so many incredible people to work on that. And a lot more names, you know, obviously with that too, like everyone that like gave me their time and energy, and especially Elijah. And it was just amazing, and we came out great, and we just finished that up. And right now at the moment with our production company, we're coming out with a short film that's very close to my heart. It's called Mass Memories.
Mass
So
Memories.
yeah.
What's driving the name behind that? What can you say about it too?
So what I can say basically is I wanted to make a film that's very close to me. So I lost my father when I was 20. So 20 years old, my father passed away he was a rock star growing up. So he literally traveled the countryside, travel all over California. I was gonna say Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton. He was a rock star. Out
Literally, it was like crazy.
Dude, sorry to hear that, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And so for me, I feel like I wanted to create a film that really streamlines and shows, as a young adult at 20 years old, how do we deal with those emotions, especially with people that haven't ever had, you know, losing a parent. And so for me, it was very much so you're masking a whole persona, because you are going through this new feeling that no one, and a very rare handful of people feel. And especially at such a young age, it is such a hard thing to navigate. So my biggest goal was to make a film that can resonate to other young adults, that could be like, this is exactly how I feel, and it's okay to feel these feelings. You don't have to mask it. Like, you don't have to run away from the memory. You can celebrate it, and it's okay to be sad, but, you know, let's be happy that we have so much love for this person that gives us the feeling of sadness. So that should be a happy feeling, you know, and that's something that I want everyone to like realize that too within this film.
Dude, that's just beautiful.
Thank you.
It's like, I think that's what artists and humans can do, is they can turn tragedy into art, or take pain and through passion create something that creates value for others. So were you making it, and you had help with other people also, but when you're did you write it yourself, direct it? What was your role through it?
So we are in pre-production right now. So I'm directing it, and I wrote it 2 years ago, but luckily with Connor Fanzel and Isaiah Vehar, they sat down with me and they basically made it come more to life. Because obviously you love having fresh eyes, and Jason Wong too. Like Jason wears a lot of different hats too, and Jason's amazing. So I wanted it to be me, because 2 years ago, before getting so into writing, it was just kind of a journal entry, actually, believe it or not, and like kind of talking about it too, and talking about my experience. And then it was like, let's make it into a script. And then I made it into this short film, you know, within a class. And then it was, what if we make this into an actual short film, like an actual production that we can do? And it just kept evolving. And so it's been through the writer's room, I want to say maybe like 12 times.
And what does that mean? You sit down with a group of people, you break the script down, you're literally tearing it apart line by line. What's the writer's room? Basically,
what we do over at Full Story Studios is we sit down, we read it out loud. And it's always so funny, because our main thing we always say is, would you say this in real life? Like, is this real life saying? Like, would you say this? Would you not say this? And we just tried to get the messages and the words to convey the feelings. Because obviously it's going to be a lot of physicality. It's going to be a lot of exhausting on the actors. It's going to be a lot of emotions flying. And it's not just words shown, but we're trying to show the uncomfortability of, if I'm sitting in this chair, how comfortable am I sitting in this chair? Like, if I'm like breathing, like, am I heavy breathing? Am I apprehensively breathing? Am I
anxious? Are you calm?
Exactly.
Like every detail. Why is the character feeling that? What happened before this scene that makes him feel this way?
Exactly.
What's he thinking about that he hasn't said yet?
Exactly.
Okay.
And a lot of it, I used things I went through. So this is a very vulnerable moment for me that I want a lot of people to be able to see. And to me, it's not about me at all. This is about every single person that has lost a parent at a young age, that I really want them to realize that I understand what you went through. Others understand what you went through. It's easy to talk to people around you that love you. So I just want people to have that feeling to where they feel validated, they feel heard and listened to, but more importantly, that there's something out there that can depict it exactly how that feeling feels. Right. And it was a hard process too, you know, especially too when you're talking about it with other people that haven't been through it. So it's a very sometimes hard thing to tell people, like, hey, this is the feeling we're trying to convey.
Right.
And this is how I want it to look. And I know that this doesn't make sense now, but trust me, for later, it will make a whole lot of sense. And, you know, my DPs with Jack Santee and Mert, like, they understand exactly what I'm trying to convey, and they're trying to make this come to life too. And within my actors too, and, you know, everyone portraying, you know, my feelings and other people's feelings and how my friends try to deal with me too. I'm trying to get that out there, and I want everyone to feel it within this film. And that's all I want everyone to see, is that it's okay.
Yeah.
It is so okay to feel these feelings.
That's really special. Like,
thank you.
I think pre-production, take it all the way through. There's so many people who can benefit from it, but maybe haven't gone through it. But also, one thing I was thinking, and you brought it up a little bit, like, this can also potentially be something that helps people love their parents more now.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we don't realize how fragile life is, and having a movie like this, or, you know, a short film can sort of bring that to life.
I definitely think it's just, for me, I have a stepdad. Okay. And I think after this whole situation that happened within myself, made me become closer with him. Yeah. And made me appreciate the relationship that we do have. And made me appreciate how he's stepped up and taken over such a big gap in my life, where he was already filled, but he had to fill not just his shoes, but another pair of shoes too. And I'm very grateful every day for that relationship that I have with him too. Yeah. And so for me, it means the world to me. And like you said, I definitely would want people to be like, maybe I should take a little bit more time to have coffee with my mom. Maybe I should, you know, do that walk that my dad said he wanted to do. Or, you know, if you wanted to go to Home Depot, let's go to Home Depot. You know what I mean? Or like dad, you know, dad things of, if
I'll just go.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're getting, but I'll just go. Like.
Or if he needed help, like out back, fine, I will help out back, or like, you know, this and that. And I just think, like, it is just something that I want people to be able to appreciate their parents possibly a little bit more, but also to appreciate the time we have. Yeah. Soak in those moments too. Because I think it's like they said in The Office, and I always, like, there's this one quote, and I don't know if you...
I watched The Office, but
it's fantastic.
I'm waiting for it, bro. What is
so
which one?
It's the part where Andy goes, we never know we're in the good old days until we're out of them. You know, we never notice that we have what we have until it's gone. Right. And so for me, that, like, hit me the most, to where, you know, and it's funny, even my real dad would, like, tell me that quote, and I'm just like, I'm always like, dude, like, you know, we have plenty of days like that, but, you know, you just never know. But that's basically what we're working on, what I'm super proud of, that I couldn't ask for a better cast, I couldn't ask for a better crew, and very blessed for everyone else around me, very blessed with all my actors, Alan, Alyssa, Kendall, Jalen, you know, Natasha. They're gonna kill it, they're gonna go in there. I just very blessed that they're giving me a lot of trust too, and within my fantastic team with Kiana and Jacob and, you know, Tommy and Carlos and everyone. I know all the gang. I know. I just keep saying, I'm so appreciative to everyone, and I just want everyone to feel that love too. And it means the world to me, you know?
That's exactly why I'm doing this. Yeah. So people can, like, find, you know, have a place to talk about things like that. And so one thing I was thinking as well, since you wrote it and you're able to sort of convey your emotions onto paper in your head, right? Yes. But then when it comes to reading it out loud and then acting it, how do you preserve that raw emotion that led you to create this? And, like, how do you preserve that vision in bringing it to life from, you know, paper to film?
I think what it is I've taken out, you know, one of my main cast to dinner to really be like, we're going to walk through this, and there's going to be so much emotion, an emotional roller coaster, but I'm with you. You might get mad at me some days. You might have that emotion towards me. You might have the emotion towards, you know, frustrated of showing that emotion, but I'm going to be with you every step of the way. And we're going to do this together. And there's going to be a lot of blocking, which means, you know, no one else in the room, just me and him going over it, or me and her going over it together. that we need to convey. Like, we need to show on screen like what this is. So it's a lot of also too blocking and just taking them aside and showing them through myself as an actor how I would do it and how it made me feel saying these words and how it made me feel getting in this argument with one of my best friends, and, you know, hoping to do this and letting them come in as an empty canvas and allow me to fill that canvas within different designs, different patterns, different emotions, and for them to trust me to do that. And that's basically the most important thing we do is a lot of phone calls. You know, we came in today too, and you saw me already in a meeting
you're
over
on a
there
business
too.
meeting already. You're probably going to be here anyways.
Yeah, and so I think for me, how important it is to me, and I want to take our time, and I really just want to get done like, hey, this is what we're getting down. This is what it's going to look like, and this is the feeling I want you to have.
Yeah.
And when you say this word, this is what I want you to think while you're saying this word. And, you know, anxiety, calmness, you know, anger, confusion, you know, these are the things for grief. But at the same time too, our character is feeling this sadness, but is angry that they're feeling these feelings that they don't want to feel. So it's confusion of, this isn't me, but this is me now.
Yeah.
And it's a me that I have to get through, that I have to get to know, and I have to forgive and to heal. But it's, as we all know, it's easier said than done. So let's go through this journey of this script and of this character to get to there from start to finish. Yeah.
Sounds like true leadership and directing.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate
also
that.
acting. And so I wanted to ask, you know, take me back to, you know, the good old days, right? Back when there was no school, you know, before you get into school, maybe first day of school, you know, you're a kid, you're playing around, you don't have any responsibilities, you don't have any tragedies really, hopefully, you know.
No.
Good, you know, up to, you know, that point. But when did you realize that, one, I want to write, and then two, like, I want to act? Which one came first?
Writing came first, believe it or not.
Okay.
So it's so funny to like bring this up too, and I think this is so like silly, but this is what I used to do. Is back in like 4th to 3rd grade, I would watch this show called Sonic X. I don't know if you ever watched that too.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, like Sonic the Hedgehog.
I love Sonic.
Yeah, and it was like called like Sonic X, and every week on, I think it was Tsunami or something like that on Cartoon Network, there would be a new episode, and I didn't want to wait that long. So I would get paper and write the next episode that I think is going to happen, and hoping that it's going to happen the same way. I've never told anybody this, but yeah, it was very nerdy, and I just, you know, everyone was like reading and whatnot too, and reading's great, but like I can't sit still, so I was just kept writing, and I'm like, this would be great if that happened, or imagine if this happens, or this or that. So that's what happened. And, you know, when I was at Fullerton College, I did communications of like tourism and entertainment, and I was studying fashion too over there. So I was super into fashion and everything. And I got into a San Francisco fashion school, and I had to make a decision whether or not it's like, hey, am I going to go do this and drop communication entirely, or should I go to Cal State Fullerton and do communication and try to figure out a path of what I want to do there? Yeah. So I decided to go that route, and I took one film course, and I was done.
Right.
It was gone. And I'll
Caught
never
the bug. You were like, this is it.
Literally. And I'll never forget it. It was this professor at Cal State Fullerton named Ari Posner, and his whole thing, which I really loved too. And I met one of my like best friends for life there, Summer, and we had this writing group together. So he puts you in a group with like 4 to 5 people, and he goes, I want you to make a 45-minute show, like Breaking Bad, like this and that. Cast your crew. Tell us the budget, use pretend and real actors too around you, and I want you to do from A to Z exactly what that would look like, and I would want you to write the script with it too.
And this was like your first assignment?
First assignment.
Wow.
And he was like, I'm going to give you to the whole semester. Like, first assignment, only assignment. Whole this semester, we're going to do this project. And I want to see your growth as writers and as like, you know, you're writing it. You're not directing it, but you're writing it. You're kind of doing the production work, obviously. You're talking about budget. You're talking about actors. You're talking about X, Y, Z. And so...
And you had like equipment you were able to use and things like that?
Not even equipment. It was like, it's a presentation. We had to go up there too and show you like what we wrote and what we did and all that kind of stuff. And I caught the bug like that.
Yeah.
And so I was just so unbelievably excited and coming up with all these different concepts and hearing everyone else's concepts around me. And I was like, this is incredible. And
I remember what your plot was?
Yeah. It was.
Is that where full story started?
No.
Your first assignment.
My first Full Story
Here's
Studios.
my full story.
Yeah. We did, and it was me and Summer and a couple other friends too, is about a absent father who is in this Irish mafia. And the son leaves. We all came up with it all together. And I thought of this whole pharmacy type thing. And it's this Irish mafia. And the mother just had the son till, 5 years old living with the dad. And basically says, I don't want my child to be a part of this. So we're leaving this small town and we're going to go over to New York City. And I'm going to raise him on my own. And he's like, okay. Because he owned a pharmacy and it was a drug laundering system to where in a pharmacy.
Yeah.
And so he had to pay rent all the time and whatnot too, but he's getting high on his own drugs and he's, high on his own supply, as you may. And he's just basically killing himself because he's been trying to contact his son for years and his son's ignoring him. He just got into law school. He's dating this fantastic girl. His family over there with his stepdad and everyone is just like outstanding. And the dad first episode is running around crazy around the small town because he has to come up with $100,000 to pay back, this Irish mafia. But the thing is that he doesn't have the money, so he steals his kid's like pink little bike and is biking around the small town, like trying to come up with the junkies that he usually sells to. He's like, I need this money, like I need this here and there. And he probably came up with like a good $10,000 and he just decides to keep consuming until that happens. And so the point of the show is that his debt goes to the child. And so the child has to go back to this small town and his old friends he grew up with, they're all working together to pay off the loan while this Irish mafia is hunting them down and tracking them down and adding more debt as they go. And, there's little things here and there. Like one of the old best friends are actually a part of the Irish mafia and his job is to keep up with the son to make sure he's having his bills paid and this and that. But like, obviously he's like playing like a two-sided thing and it's like a kingpin type of thing. So that's like the whole thing we came up with.
Dude, what a story. Yeah. No wonder you went into film after that. That's like
it was fun.
Really elaborate story plot. That's like there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
And so you guys wrote it, presented it. Did anything come of it?
It's so funny.
Can you do an Irish accent?
I can't do an Irish. I only have my grandma, my stepdad's mom. She's from Ireland, and she would always say the same thing. And I can do a tiny Irish accent, not too good.
Yeah.
But every time I go into her, she's like, "Oh, Logan, so handsome, so handsome." Every time I come into her house, so for me, I always I loved her, and I thought of that concept when I went over to her house one time, and I'm like, "What if we make it an Irish mafia?" Like,
oh my gosh,
that'd be fun.
Hilarious, dude.
But yeah,
cameo from grandma. Right?
From grandma in there. She's the whole boss.
She's the head of the mafia.
And the bad part of this, what came out of this too, this was our first time doing anything like this, obviously, is that we had this dude who never showed up to class. And he showed up not knowing any of what we're trying to present. So when he came up there, he said he knew what was going on. As soon as the presentation happened, out of his ass, just saying things left and right and not even anything near the presentation. Right. So it just kind of
Right. He was doing improv and you guys had a whole script. Director's cut, full length short film,
dude, it was
Golden Globe winning script, or Emmy or whatever.
Yeah.
Oscar.
We were so mad. And I remember after he was just like, "Sorry, dude, I'll catch you guys later."
Bro, he was the fucking drug addict dad, bro. Just running around on the pink bike, not going to class.
Yeah.
Probably getting high on his own. No, shout out him for,
shout out that guy.
That story is really cool.
Thank you.
That's really awesome because how many people get that experience from college?
Seriously,
not everybody gets to dive into something they're super passionate about first class, and find it
to do all that. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what you did after that, because once you find your passion,
and then
we got 5 minutes before I have to put my jacket on here.
No worries. Do whatever. This is your show.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Time out.
Hold up.
This show is brought to you by me and no one else yet, and my boy Logan.
We're here.
What? Because they have that, they call it the Valley of Despair, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the Kruger effect or something, where you first start doing something, it's this delusional joy, oh, this is gonna be it, and you're you don't really know what you're doing.
No, not at
all. So you don't know how hard it's going to be. So what was the rest of that like for you? So you find a passion. Yeah. Did you hit that point where you're like, I don't know if this is what I want to do anymore? And how did you come back out of that?
I was writing, but I never knew, where am I sending this? What am I doing with this? And I think what hit me too was honestly seeing a lot of my friends figure out exactly what they want to do within like either film or outside of that in their spectrum. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I want to be a writer. And I'm like, I don't know where to go with this. Right. And I didn't know what to do with it. And so I was starting to try a bunch of new things because I was like, I love to write, but am I okay with someone else taking this writing and changing it completely and not staying true to the form that I would like? So I started PAing on other people's sets. Production assistant, yeah, like kind of running around, grabbing things, you know, helping out. And I like figured out really quickly I didn't like that.
Probably took like one shift. Setting up a canopy.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know, wrestling this canopy. I'm all tangled in it, and I'm just like looking like an idiot.
Nobody
in front
told
of
you
everyone.
how to open it. Like they're just like, go set this up over there by camera left or stage right or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you mean like what's right, what's left, and so it's
all backwards when you first get on stage.
Dude, yeah, 100%. It was nerve-wracking too, you know, going from singular writing to doing this. Yeah. And I think what came out of it too is I took this directing class and I met one of my best friends. And I know I keep bringing him up, but Jason, I met my friend Jason, and him and my friend Summer, they hit me up and they're like, hey, I know you acted younger, like in some plays over in OSHA High School where, you know, it's
kind of. You went to OSHA?
My best friend did, but I didn't. So they asked me to go in a lot of like films to like help out like that. And they were like, I think like, can you act for this one scene? We just need something to happen right there. And I was like, yeah, for sure I can. And so we did that with another friend, Jazz, and we all went together. We did this whole thing. And I remember Jason, before we became really close, you know, pulled me aside and was like, I think you should act. And I was like, really? And he was like, I'm being honest with you. You know, I'm directing you right now. I'm doing all this stuff. I think you should try to act. And I was like, okay, like, you know, I'm having the most fun I've had in a very long time. I would love to do that. And so from there, I got casted as this other student short film from Kai Vieira. And basically it was called Stripper and Clown. and
Did they cast you as the stripper?
They casted me as the stripper. And first time really, you know, on screen, like very vulnerable on screen. Right. It was a tube top with very booty shorts, glitter all over my face.
Link in the description.
Link below. And we, they trusted me and they were like, listen, you know, we want you to be on this. It's a short film. It's about a stripper and clown being stuck on New Year's Eve in an elevator with no dialogue. It's a silent film, and so you just need to do a lot of the facial recognitions and this and that. And I was like, yeah, like sounds easy enough. That sounds awesome. So I did that with my friend Jacob Gill, and we did that together, and it was like one of the most fun times ever. And then from there, just a domino effect since then. Yeah. And so Jeffrey, this director, he was shooting this feature film called Cursed Party. And that's something I can't say too much because it's still coming out, but all I can say is he was like
a horror film.
It is a horror film. Yeah. And it's my first feature film that I was into with incredible cast, incredible crew. And he basically was just like, hey, like telling Kai, I need someone to play this jock character and, you know, I need someone who can fit the part. And she was like, hey, I worked with this actor. He's fantastic. I think you should like talk to him. And he gave me an interview, and I did the interview. I remember running late to class, Taco Bell in my car. I'm doing...
You're on like Zoom, FaceTime,
doing the Zoom,
like,
yeah, and I had it propped up here. I'm like finishing, you know, eating. I'm like, hey, my name is Logan. And, you know, like trying to like, you know, I've only done student films, so I didn't know how to present myself too much. And it was a way. It was a way with that. And he gave me the opportunity to do that, fell in love with it. And I met some of my best friends acting wise too. I met one of my really good friends, Annie G. Buckley, and she basically put me on to another director, Mert, and he gave me my first lead role. Wow. Very amazing with Oculitus Persona. Hopefully that coming out pretty soon too. That was incredible. And then me and Annie, we did, I don't know if there's a G in there. Sorry, Annie. I was talking so fast. But Annie Buckley. And Yeah, and then we did a music video together. It's this like black and gray music video, like black and white music video, to where we play husband and wife in the 70s, and I'm cheating on her in the film the whole time. And yeah, go for it. I'm having the best time, dude.
All we have is time, bro.
Dude, literally.
The Free World Show is brought to you by the Free World Show.
Dude, I love that. That's sick.
My sister actually made this for me.
I like the wash.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. She got it. She's in Seattle right now. So my sister, she went to OSHA.
Oh, what the heck?
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So you might even know some of the same people depending on when your friends went and whatnot. But
they graduated in 2014. No, high school. It would graduate 2018 or 2017.
Bro, time
doesn't exist. It doesn't.
Try me another time. Okay, so you were talking about Oculus Persona. Next movie with Annie.
Yeah, that was
music video, black and white, like gray. Like
that got nominated for a film festival over in Ohio or Oregon.
Cool.
So we're hoping to hear back from that too. And then I just did this short film from this incredible director, Sienna, and it was a kind of a dark comedy. That was super fun too. I think I could talk about it. I think that's totally cool. It was a dark comedy where I get invited to a wake, and it's called The Wake. So I get invited to this wake, and I'm the only.
What's a wake?
Like a funeral service for someone. Okay. And it was I'm the only dude there in a dark green suit. Everyone is in like black attire. And everyone's wondering, like, who is this guy? Like, what's this guy doing here? And the comedy aspect of it is that I got invited from the girl who did die in the film. And the comedy aspect of it is that we met each other in the quote-unquote, like, BDSM world. So,
dude, clown stripper, jock.
And it was literally, they're like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? And I'm just like, She was my boss. And they're like, how was your boss? Like my dommy mommy? Dominatrix? Literally, that was the line. Like, she was my dominatrix.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was just super fun. And I saw that script, and it was obviously not showing anything. It was just that short film of like that. And I just thought it was hilarious. Like, I thought it was fun, and I just thought it would be great to play a guy who's just super socially awkward, and he doesn't know why he's there, and he's just trying to pay his respects. And there's like
dominatrix
dominate him, that we were going to be exclusive and whatnot. And I just thought it'd be funny and like fun, where it's just like, why not? Like, that just sounds like that's an interesting topic. Like, I haven't heard a lot of people use that topic.
No, I've never seen anyone explore BDSM comedy.
No, and I thought that was great.
Crazy. All these stories that you're talking about, are these like, so the writing part, not knowing where to go, you kind of jump into acting.
Yeah.
How does it all come together for you? And were you involved in any of the writing of this? So
no, not at all.
So these are almost like two things going on. You started out because you loved writing.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Sonic X. Yeah.
Did you? I had to ask. Like,
yo, go for it.
Did you get it right ever? Like the episode, what would happen?
I don't even remember. I think I just like third, fourth grade, just writing the most like absurd, like he jumps out of a helicopter and explodes behind him.
Did you like draw pictures too or no?
No. I just like my handwriting to this day is like terrible. Like I always say like I have fourth grade handwriting, but like it's like impossible to read. I think my mom even kept them, to be honest, because she thought it was like so funny, like as a kid to see all that. But how it really ties together too. By the way, you have great questions. Like these are phenomenal questions. Thanks, too. Bro. Like you're great, dude.
Like you're an interesting person, so it's
Thank
easy,
you,
dude. It's easy, and there's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much there. The way we started this conversation.
Yeah.
And my friend is a writer, and I just spoke to him.
Yeah.
And so, but you do writing and acting.
Yeah.
And directing. So it's like, dude.
It's too much.
I've got more questions.
No,
keep going.
I love it. And to answer your question though, how it mixes in together is I was able to personally say I shadowed some of the best directors and writers personally to me, and people are always go like, who's your favorite director? Is it Quentin Tarantino? Is it Christopher Nolan? Is it XYZ? And I'm just like, it's honestly the people around me like that I'm learning from. It's Jeffrey, it's Mert, it's Sienna, it's Kai, it's Jason, it's all these people that came together that summer. It's all these people that came to me and gave me this, and they're not just directing me and do this, do that, do this. They're walking with me. And that's the way I take my directing approach. Walking with me, being like, try this, try that. Like, I would do it like this, so you do it like this. Or what's comfortable with the way you like feel and whatnot too. So
sounds like how when you were blocking for your film.
Exactly.
So
that's exactly what, so I learned a lot of inspiration from them too, especially with Jeffrey and Mert. Like, Mert was just incredible too, to where he like really walked with me and really gave me this opportunity with Oculatus Persona to really dive in this character. And that was probably the most emotional I've ever been on a set, like acting wise. And that was incredible. And that one's just straight up like a psychological thriller too. And that one was great.
Cool.
And
how do you do that with, like, it's a short film? I'm guessing it's not it's like independently direct. How do you make a psychological thriller or act in one when you're working with, independent film kind of budget?
I think with acting to me personally with acting, I don't care if it's paid or not. Okay. I want to create something that I could be proud of, but also to have a director give me so much trust of, I've been writing this character for so many years. I want you to make them come to life. It gives pressure, but it also gives you this glorification of, you gave me so much trust that I'm going to make this come to life. Allow me to bring out my best ability and make this person jump off the pages. And you're like, holy shit, they're there. So that's for me is what, I don't care about the budget. I don't care. Like, obviously directing now, I'm like, oh, we kind of need budget.
Yeah,
like, we need that.
Right.
But acting, it's just more so, I'm like, whatever you can do, I want to create art.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna shine in your role with where it's at when you're acting. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You're not gonna be limited. If anything, the limitations on the budget gives you the place to be like, I'm gonna bring this to the next level no matter what. Like,
and I'm very proud to say that I've never been on every set I've been on has been incredible. Every set I've been on is credible, and that's what I try to bring to my set. And after acting for so long, I work at Newport Beach Film Festival too. So I've been around so many different creative people, and I had a whole internship there, and I met so many amazing, cool people too. And a lot of them gave me a lot of inspiration. And I remember meeting Kai there. We acted together too, or she was my director and I acted with them. And I was like, no way, you're in this. No way. And, me and them, we sat down and we're just like, what if we start a studio? And I've directed shorts here and there, nothing too crazy, student productions, of course. And I was able to give opportunities to where, as an actor and a writer, I can see things a little bit differently than, maybe most directors, or maybe I can do things a little bit more of a take as, hey, I can direct my actors to do this, but let me show you how I would do it. And let me give you that energy back of screaming or crying or anxiety attack or this or that. And I want you to allow me to open up first so you can feel comfortable to open up with me too. So like I said, with Ring Ring Ring, with Soul Real Market, with the dance music video, with Settle for Tonight, and now Mass Memories, I've been so incredibly blessed with everyone around me. Everyone has been so great. And it's just been so fun to work with, not just so many of friends, but so many creative individuals that given me their trust and vice versa, that I can give them my all and they give me their all. And whenever they need me for any of their sets or anything else, I'm there in a flash. Like, I'm going to be there. I'm going to help out as much as I can because you helped me out. Yeah. And that's what I learned with everyone else too. And that I've just been incredibly lucky in general. So it's been
when
great.
You were talking about all these things, I've talked to people about mentors, and you've just from the jump and giving shout out and kudos to all the people that were part of this journey. Like, how important do you think it is in the creative space to have teamwork or even just friendship? Or like, how important is that? Like, no one's really out here making it on their own. Yeah. We look at actors, we think of one person. Yeah. Or we think of one director. Yeah. But like, from your experience, it seems like there would be no, there would be no one person shining without all these people. So how did you approach that, and how did you meet these people? So if there's anyone that's like alone that wants to do it, but just doesn't know how to meet people, or maybe like what got you into the position where you were around all these great people?
I think it really came over to when I went to Cal State Fullerton. I was a third-year transfer. So when I was going over there, I was very nervous because a lot of my friend group either went down a different career paths, stopped going to college. Like, my best friend Brent, he's over in San Diego State. A lot of people were just in like a bunch of different areas. Yeah. And I was going solo. And at the time I was dating someone and I told her, I said, I think I'm gonna join the Fullerton Fashion Club at Cal State Fullerton. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah. And I think I'm gonna DM everyone on the board and be like, my name is Logan Shust. I'm a third-year transfer. I'd love to meet people. I'd love to talk to people. Like, I'd love to like catch up and whatnot too. And from there, I got maybe 25 people to meet up with one another.
Wow.
That transferred over to like one of my best friends, Sophie. We met up and we're still friends to this day. Alex too as well. Still friends to this day, to where I got everyone to come over and we all got coffee, and it was not just like into fashion, but it was all these creative individuals and their different elements, whether or not it's fashion design, whether or not it's graphic design, whether or not it's acting, directing, sewing, or art in general. Like it was just so broad. And I met so many of the coolest people of all time there, and they all inspired me of not just acting, directing, but inspired me as like a human being to be more creative and free, and to get creativeness and inspiration off not just actors and directors around me, but other artists.
Yeah.
Like
musicians too.
Exactly. Musicians too. Like with Alan's a musician who is acting in my film too, who's also an actor.
Okay.
And you know, they make music, they play songs, they play instruments, and the way they talk about it inspires me to be more into my craft. My friend Caden, he's a graphic designer, he's does photography, he's brilliant, he's so good, and he inspires me through his art of photography, through graphic design, where now he's directing his own music video too, because we've worked together on other things too, to where hearing how they talk about it, hearing how they go about it, hearing the people around them and meeting the people around, it's inspired me too. But in a longevity to answer this question, I would definitely say that going over into a creative field and meeting people, we're in an industry where in any type of creative form, you have to meet the people around you. You know, how we met, you know, it's all networking and
gotta go out there
and shake hands, introduce yourself, be your most authentic self, be genuine, but also be passionate, you know? And I,
don't hide what you care about.
Exactly.
If you want to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just more so the case where I am just very blessed with the people around me to show, like I have other friends, another friend Kai, another friend Grace. They both do like social media. They both do like runways. They both do like fashion and modeling. And through their fashion and modeling and shoots, they inspire me to maybe I should more add fashion and aspects into
Dude, I was gonna say you got the drip on today.
I appreciate it.
You might not have gone to fashion school, but you didn't need no degree, dog.
We're here. No, I know I brought it up before. I love your hoodie.
Thanks, man.
It's so cool.
Shout out my sister.
Shout out your sister, dude. She made a banger of a hoodie.
Yeah, dude.
Like it's great.
Thanks, man. So how do you implement that? And then I want to ask that, but also like you're the son of a rock star. So how does music play into that? Because I love music as well.
Yeah, I mean,
did you ever have like the desire to do music? Like, was it something you grew up thinking about?
I basically, within music, he was a bass guitarist and singer. Okay. And so, which is so cool. I'll show you a little. He's my screensaver. So if you guys want to, I mean, it might be hard to see right here, but this is, let me turn up the brightness. This is him right here.
Let me put it up.
OG. Into that. He was like touring. He was doing a lot of things. That's my dad, William Shust, Billy Shust.
Billy Shust.
Billy Shust.
That's a fucking name.
It's a cool name, right? And he used to tour, like I said. He played piano, he played violin, he played bass guitar, he did a little bit of drums. So he was really pushing me to be very musically inclined at a young age. Not too much, but more so like, hey, if I buy this bass guitar, would you be okay if I teach you how to play it? I'm like, sure. And never got into it that much. Like I learned how to play it and it was cool. I loved the way it looked. But I just couldn't do it. Like I wasn't in that creative aspect there. And but with music growing up, he always showed me a lot of 80s and 70s and 60s and artists I've never even heard before. And growing up and the classic divorced dad rock and punk pop.
What is divorced dad rock?
Nickelback.
I thought that was drunk dad rock. I mean, wait a second.
Linkin Park, Nickelback, My Chemical Romance, Blink-182, like a lot of bands and artists like that where I grew up there. But also too, where it was cool is that he didn't just play like music, he also disc jockeyed. So
he
was a DJ too. So he DJ'd for Kiss FM for a little bit too, a long time
way.
ago. Yeah. Back in like 2002, 2001 to 2000. Going backwards instead of forwards, but for that. And so he was very into that. He had a record collection of 1,562 records in our garage. And they're all not really salvageable, but they're all used because he loved music so much. And he showed me a lot of these songs. And he used to make for me and my mom tracks that says like Billy's Faves. And it'd be different tracks of different things. And my mom...
He'd make mixes for you and
put
it in the car, CD or cassette
CD.
or MP3, whatever.
Yeah, CD. It was a lot of CDs too. And he would write on it too to like, showcase like this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, like kind of like he's dropping albums in a way, which was great. And I think for me, with growing up with so much music and like music going in there, I wish I could say I'm more musically profound and I love music so much. I love music, but some of my friends are so much more crazy about music than I am, and film is more for me.
Yeah.
But I will say though, I do really much so care about having a good soundtrack, a good, music in the film and stuff like that too, to where I trust a lot of people around me, and we're getting, our own stuff right now for Mass Memories, like our own sounds, like our own sets.
That's awesome.
Which will be great, and I'm very excited, and I am just over the moon for that. We have someone working on that right now, and I'm just very much so over the moon for that. And it means a lot for film, because I feel like in any scene, music changes everything.
Yeah.
Music changes everything in this.
It almost is like the subconscious.
Yeah.
If you want to highlight how a character's feeling.
Yeah.
Or if you want to make the environment more lively or more dull or like add tension.
Exactly.
That's like how sound, all the senses, visual,
to
sight,
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it means the world to me. It means a lot. So I want to make sure we implement it. And a lot of people on my crew love music, and music sometimes is their passion. Like I said, like Alan does music, and there's other people on there that love music, and I want to make sure that we get that like part there too. And luckily, for growing up with a musically inclined father, he was able to show me a lot of different styles and a lot of different music, to where I can be very much so. Doesn't mean I have to like it, but I appreciate it for what it is and what it was. So that's usually what I try to do with my films.
Ooh, that's awesome. As you were talking, I was just thinking, well, you got the fashion you almost went into, you got the music background, growing up, the writing, the acting. You're like the full package director.
No. I'm,
what I'm saying?
I'm okay.
You
but in all seriousness is...
Or at least you're equipped with all the tools to understand all the parts of the film. And then going through, your own life experience, like understanding and accessing really deep emotions. So it's like knowing how to bring that out in others.
Yeah.
Where do you like to be? What aspect of it do you like to do all of it? Are you focused on one area as
to like
opposed
settle
to
down,
another?
kind of?
Not even settle down, but like if I were to give you like a blank check and you could just do whatever you wanted.
Oh, I like that.
What would you do?
Blank check, any number on there.
Any number. Anything.
Yeah.
Unlimited,
I got this question asked me today, not that one, but one where it goes, where do you see yourself more, acting or directing? And I'll say this, acting, you get in, you get out, you learn your lines, you bring these characters to life. It's emotionally and mentally draining.
Yeah.
But with directing, you're making these characters, you're talking to crew, you're doing this, there's so many more aspects, and stress is so much higher. Like, I truly believe it's a little bit more higher, but I can say with directing, it's a little bit more glorification at the end, where you're like, I did it. I got it done. These people trusted me. Like, I couldn't have done it without my crew and cast, and everyone put their trust in me while I put their trust in them, and that's how I feel. So it's hard. So
I know. I don't even want to tell you to put yourself in one of the buckets.
It's
because
good. I like
why?
it.
Like, why? I mean, for
Yeah.
professional purposes, I feel like a lot of people specialize, but like for me, I don't want to say anyone should have to do one path or the other. Like, why can't it exist in multiple ways?
Why not?
Why can't I act in this film and why can't I direct this one? You
Yeah.
know? Like, if that's what I really am passionate about. Like, I'm really passionate about this role, but I'm really passionate about this story. Like,
Yeah.
I can do both, you know?
Yeah,
what I
like,
mean?
why not?
Why not? So I'm not going to put you in the box. But,
no, I want to answer though. I think that's a great
answer.
question.
Which one? No, I'm just
yeah, you're like, just do it now. I would say for sure, I want to ride with my production company. I want the people around me that have trusted me already and want to grow with me already. So I'll direct. If I can still act, obviously I'm still going to do that. That's a dream I want to still pursue. Mm-hmm. But if everyone had to make me decide and I had to either put all my eggs in one basket, I'm riding with the people that are riding with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to grow with the people that are growing with me. In Full Story Studios, I personally believe in us so much because of so many creative people around me, so much belief, so much promise, so much just family oriented, and everyone is just giving each other's time and energy and value. And I can't just say thank you enough to everybody that keeps doing that for me. And I know I keep kind of in like, in a circle of it, but that's just where I would be growing with them.
Could you walk me back to the moment? I think you were mentioning you had met someone at one of the sets that you're working, and you guys came together and said, "Hey, let's do this." So like, what's the inspiration for the name? I mean, I kind of get it, but tell me the origin story of the name for Full Story.
So, me, Jason, Cass, and Kai, we all sat down and we're like, we're doing this, but what would be the name? Like, how would we do this? And we're going back and forth of so many names. And I want to say it was Kai that came up with the name Full Story Studios. And because you say it so quickly, sometimes it can go into full story studios. Mm-hmm. But the reason why we knew Fool's Story Studios, Fools, like FOOLS Story Studios.
Okay,
that's why our logo's a gesture. Like a gesture in the eyes is like a play, pause, and then the clip.
I had it wrong this whole interview.
No, you're fine.
Bro.
I mean, doesn't it sound like full story?
Yeah,
it's full story.
Now I get it.
Yeah, and so when you say it fast, it sounds like a full story. But the reason why we're Fools and Full Story Studios is because we are students that graduated to not just be student production, but we're an amateur production like unit. And we're trying to not make fools of ourselves. And we want to make these films and keep growing. And the reason why we want to do that is we're going to have fun. And of course, there's going to be times where we can look back and and this and that. But we're taking this very seriously, very professionally, very much so people believe in us. And we're trying not to make ourselves look like fools and our own gestures. And sometimes people in entertainment, we like to say too, is kind of on a screen a gesture itself, you know what I mean? Like we're entertaining the people around us. We're making people laugh. We're making people cry, which is like back then in the days, that's literally what their jobs was. And so for us, we want that to do that, and that's why we say we have a whole spiel. It's that fiction favors the fool, and to have that kind of little leeway of that. So believe so. I would want to say 100%, and I'm like 99.9% Kai. Kai came up with that name, and we all fell in love with it, and it stuck, and everyone else loved it, and we're just rolling with it, and that's who we are, Fool's Story Studio.
Dude, I love it, because it's like,
you're
almost taking what criticism people might say,
exactly,
and just like owning it and being like, this is our story, though. Like, we're not pretending to be anything we're not, and we're also going to make really amazing film.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell these stories, whether you think we're fools or not.
It's going to come out. Like, it's going to come into fruition.
And mass memory, like the juxtaposition of like the studio name with the depth of that story, it's almost like, whoa.
Yeah. Like I said, there's stories that we all love so much, and we just want to be able to be that studio that can come out with a story that can just change your perspective.
Yeah.
Change your perspective in a good way, in a good setting, and give people clarity and that comfort too. And that's what we want. We want everyone to feel like they're with us. Like they are in this movie with us. They are walking with us. They're giving their time and energy to come see this film. So we want to give that time and energy back to them to show them a story that's worth showing.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do.
Dude, that's amazing. And when you were starting out writing, you mentioned like, what's the path forward? You look around, all your friends are like in their careers, they found their way. Was creating something of your own with these people that you found like the path forward, or what have you learned about the path forward if you are a passionate writer and you want to make film or you want to write for whatever reason, what did you learn about the path forward? Because you're still blazing the path.
I feel like I'm just not even on the first step. You know what I mean? Like there's so much more to climb. But I will say, just don't give up.
Yeah.
Like, don't give up. If you're not on set right now, write. Make a story to be on set. If you want an act, never stop auditioning. Like, you never know who you're going to meet, and talk to the people around you.
Yeah.
There's so many creatives at coffee shops like this, or just like, go to a flea market like Soul Real Market, go to, I don't know, like an art fair or anything like that. There's so many people around you that are craving to make art with you, but don't stop. And the thing what I did is I refused to give up, and I wanted to keep moving, whether or not it was a production so small to a production so big. To a short film so, like brief, to a feature film that's so lengthy.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to keep going and put that out there. But I will say, at least give yourself some rest and some like time to like soak it all in. Because if you go, you might burn out a little bit, but I don't think you'll burn out when you're in your passion, but you might not be giving it your full 100% because you're so tired. Because what's great about it too is like sometimes on our sets, we make something and we give ourselves maybe like a month to like 2 weeks to 3 weeks to sit in it and be like, we did this. Now let's ride the wave and be grateful and give ourselves that time and space to grow with it while we watch it. And so we do that all the time too. And I think everyone needs to do that. And I get inspired so much by so many people around us too. Like Backhouse Productions, which is another, people in the industry that came from Cal State Fullerton too. They're brilliant. They're great too. And I love watching how they're doing it too. Celestial Studios, great too. And they're also from Cal State Fullerton too. So there's a lot of...
Shout out to Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, literally.
Right now,
and they have the best people, the most creative people too, that I truly think that they're fantastic and amazing. And I'm learning from them while I'm watching their stuff too. So there's no one that I'm not learning from.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying.
There's so much
going on.
There's so much going on in the world that, I just think it's cool to just sit down and talk with someone about their life.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, dude. This from the jump.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's questions that I like to ask every guest. Once I kind of hear their story. One of the questions, and there's no right answer.
Go for it.
But it's what does it mean to you to be human?
That's a great question. I think for me, to be human is to create. I think to be human is to create art, to be scared, to be happy, to be sad, to have these human emotions, but to create and put ourselves out there. To be human, we can fail, and that's being human. We can succeed, and that's being human. I think anything we do and we have an emotional effect, that's the most human thing that anyone can do. And I think what we do with those feelings determine what kind of human we are, how we get back up from being so low. And that's what, for me, what I would kind of consider to be a human being, is to have feelings, have thoughts, to create, to love, to enjoy the other people around you, to see another human in front of you, like me and you, and just enjoy our time together, and to really see each other as just thoughts and feelings, but within this one soul. And it's just we're not just going through the motion, and that's not being a human at all. It's going through the motion and half-assing things and whatnot. To sit down, to get into the nitty-gritty, and to really give each other that time and energy. That's the most human thing you can do.
Dude, that was there's no right answer, but that was almost a perfect answer. It's just flowing out of you. I was like, yes. Yeah. I feel alive.
It felt good. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love that question. That's a great question.
But it's we don't think about being human.
No, not at all.
But, and another thing that I think about a lot, it's I think we need to think about what it means to be human more, because right now the reflection of humanity is technology and AI.
Yeah.
What we can do with technology today could not have been done
I agree.
10 years ago.
No, not at all.
Even 3 or 4 years ago, things were just absolutely completely different.
100%.
With this civilizational level reflection of human consciousness that's just at our disposal in our pockets.
Yeah.
I think it's so important that we talk about what it means to be human. We explore that and we expand it and we protect it. And so what I love is all the creative stuff that you do. Now, how is technology and AI changing the film industry, changing acting, changing entertainment and media?
Yeah.
And what is useful in expanding the human expression? And what do you think is limiting it right now?
Ooh, that's good. I like that. I would definitely say what's hurting is AI, and it's hurting, but it's not at the same time too. I think AI is trying to do like a lot of special effects, and I know you've seen a lot of like videos where they're making like people from pictures move around or just like things like that. I think that's a little scary for like obviously like graphic design and cinematography and whatnot, but you can obviously tell it's fake.
Yeah.
Like, within that kind of stuff, but it is getting better every year and it's a little scarier. But I do think the one thing that they'll never be able to get on screen is emotion. So I never think they're going to feel it. Like, you can ask AI to write you a script. Yeah, go for it. It will be the most mundane, no emotion, no feeling script, because when you read a book, that's emotion. You feel those words on those pages. You see that vision that they're trying to portray. But with AI, you can see it, but you're not feeling it. So you're giving up in the middle of reading it. And with acting, we're physically giving ourselves to these roles. And yeah, they can do, they can hire AI actors. They can do this, they can do that. But for other human beings, I don't think we're going to give them that time of day, because as humans, we want to create and we don't want to stop that chain. Because once we stop doing that and AI takes over, what are we creating? What are we giving our spirits to? What are we giving our time and energy and thoughts to? It's going to kill us. And sometimes it can help out. Like if you're like, hey, can you format a script for me? And like, great, that's cool. Like format the script. Don't touch a word of it. Like don't touch a word of it. Or like, hey, can you give me, this is the shot list. Can you type out the shot list for me in a better
What angles
standing?
would make this more cinematographic?
Give me some suggestions.
What colors might help in the, like.
And I think that's okay to ask. I think that's totally okay to ask for like another, it's basically if I was asking you for, like, hey, like if we're setting up these cameras here, like, do you think it'd look better here or there? Like anything like that.
Should I do a 33-degree angle or a 45-degree angle?
And it's like, I don't know. Where did
great
you?
question. Actually, M dash. Well, what you really want to do is, it's like, dude, like, what?
It's like, wow.
Here's a script when I asked you a yes or no question, but
you're like, cool.
Right.
But
I like that answer a lot, because I think it lies somewhere in the middle where like whether or not it's going to replace everything, and I don't think we really want it to replace everything.
No, not at all.
No.
It's
like we don't want to watch AI content. We don't want to watch AI made advertising. It's like I'm getting this feeling that we're going to move away from social media after a certain point. There's going to be people who are just stuck on it. Not really, I don't know doing what, but like I feel like this movement is moving towards in-person events, maybe like live film screenings. Like, I'm so excited for you to like host events with the stuff you create.
I'm excited for you to be there.
Dude, I'm excited too, bro. I'm so stoked. But like bringing people together, sharing the human experience, like those are the things. It's so overlooked. But to me, I feel like that's just the most important thing right now, where we're at today with everything that's going on. Everything that's going on in the world that we don't support. The things that we want to support, but we feel alone, whatever it may be, like what you're doing and expressing yourself and creating and sharing it and working with people. It's like, dude, that's the light. That's the light that we need in this world. So
I agree.
If there's anything else, dude, I want to support you all the way through. And I
appreciate it.
I have like one last question.
Go for it.
If it's okay. Like, and just to like bring this whole thing home, like,
let's do it.
Dude, if you could say like one more thing to your father, like what would you say?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think we never got our timing right. And there was a lot of things that was unsaid and a lot of things that should still be said. But I know you loved me. And I know I loved you too. And I wish I was there for you as you should have been there for me. But I'll forever always be proud to be your son. And I'm thankful for you giving me that time and opportunity to grow with you and showing me and giving me movie nights every Thursday night, taking me to the movies every Friday, made me fall in love with film. you know, we may have had our ups and downs and we butt heads a lot, but, you know, no matter what, you're my dad. And I really, you know, I really love and appreciate you. And I wish we could have one more dinner. We used to have a famous dinner and we go to TGI Fridays, or when TGI Fridays was good.
Right.
And we just talked about whatever was going on in my life, like deep or not deep. And I wish we could have one more dinner so I could tell him everything I'm doing. And I hope I'm doing him proud.
Dude, thank you for sharing that and being comfortable enough to like express that.
Thank you.
And everybody who like is going through what you went through too, like this is going to be a great project when it's done.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
One more message for the younger version of yourself who just got into, you know, Fullerton and took that first class. Like, if you could say something to him before we leave, what would you say?
I like that. I would say it's going to be okay. Just ride the wave. Keep going. Don't stop. It's okay that you're overthinking right now. You'll get clarity later, but be comfortable in your own shoes. Be comfortable doing this and keep talking. Mm-hmm. Keep talking, keep meeting people around you, keep going, but it's okay to stay calm and be in one place. You don't have to be all over the place. And just know that everything will turn out fine, but just soak in the people around you and really, really learn from your peers. That's what I would say.
Dude, well, that's beautiful, bro. That's fucking...
Thank you. Thank you.
That was good.